Losing a spouse is one of the most profound and painful experiences a person can face. It is not just the emotional weight of grief. It is the overwhelming avalanche of decisions that suddenly falls onto your shoulders. In this state of intense vulnerability, it is tragically easy to make choices driven by pain, loneliness, or external pressure. These choices, made too soon, can become sources of unnecessary regret and complication, hindering your ability to truly heal. The truth is, while your grief is entirely your own, there are universal pitfalls. In this video, we are going to build a regret firewall. We will discuss the 5 decisions you must learn to say a no to immediately after losing a spouse. These are the 5 biggest mistakes that many people unknowingly make, only to realize later that they simply weren't ready. Knowing these pitfalls in advance is a first step toward protecting your emotional, financial, and physical well-being. Stay with me. These insights are designed to give you clarity and dignity as you navigate this difficult chapter. Let's start with the area that impacts your stability the most. NO number 1. Rushing major financial move. The first and most critical no is to say a no to major financial decisions too soon. The temptation is immense. Suddenly you are faced with a tangle of accounts, policies, and investments, plus the big question of the family home. In the chaos of grief, taking immediate action can feel like gaining control. But here's the reality. Grief is a temporary impairment to judgment. Making irreversible financial choices in this state can lead to lasting regret. Building the stability lockdown, the 1-year rule. Rephrased, we call this a stability lockdown. Commit to a minimum of 12 months before making any irreversible financial move, especially selling your home. The first year is for emotional processing, not high-stakes risk-taking. The pressure detector. Be highly vigilant against pressure. Many newly widowed individuals are targeted by financial predators or simply receive rushed advice from well-meaning but uniformed friends. If someone is urging you to sign papers, make a major withdrawal, or invest quickly, deploy your no. Controlling generosity. Say a no to giving away large assets or money prematurely. Grief can spur an intense desire to help children or grandchildren, but premature gifting can leave you financially vulnerable later. Maintain a clear view of your long-term security. Financial decisions made in haste are rarely the right ones. The smartest move you can make is to pause. Take your time and seek guidance from a trusted, objective professional. NO number 2. Embracing complete isolation. Our second crucial no is to say a no to completely isolating yourself. It is absolutely natural to need solitude. Grief is deeply personal, but completely shutting out friends and family can lead to what I call the isolation lock-in, a pattern that becomes increasingly difficult to break, deepening your sense of loneliness. Breaking the isolation lock-in the connection minimum. Studies show that prolonged social isolation weakens the immune system and worsens mental health. While you may not be in the mood, commit to a connection minimum. Answer one phone call. Accept a neighbor's coffee invitation. Attend a simple, low-pressure family dinner. Presence is enough. You don't have to force yourself into heavy social interactions. Simply being in the presence of people, even if you are just listening to a conversation, reminds you that you are supported and that life continues. Allow imperfect help. Say a no to pushing away those who care. Your loved ones may not have the perfect words, but their genuine presence helps carry the immense emotional weight. Letting them in, even bit by bit, provides essential comfort. Grief does not follow a schedule, but isolation only makes the journey steeper. Seek small ways to stay connected at your own pace. If the idea of the isolation lock-in resonates with you, please comment #ConnectionMinimum below to commit to one small social step this week. Your action inspires others. NO number 3. Neglecting your health. Our third essential no is to say a no to ignore your own health and well-being. It is easy to put off doctor's appointments, skip meals, or let routines collapse when consumed by loss. Some people even feel a misplaced guilt about taking care of themselves. But neglecting your well-being doesn't honor your spouse. It only makes your personal journey forward exponentially harder. Ending the personal care disconnect the physical cost of grief. Grief is physically exhausting. It impacts sleep, appetite, and can increase the risk of heart problems and immune decline. Your body needs protection now more than ever. Routine as resilience. Say no to the complete collapse of routine. Commit to small acts of self-care. Prepare simple, nutritious meals. Maintain a regular sleep-wake time. Routine is resilience. Movement for medicine. Say no to total inactivity. Staying physically active, even a short daily walk, has been proven to reduce stress and boost mood. If you no longer have a walking partner, look for a local walking group for both physical and social benefits. The checkup priority. Do not delay medical checkups. This is the moment to prioritize managing existing conditions and staying on top of medications. Your health still matters. Honoring their memory means continuing to live a strong, healthy life for yourself. Your well-being is worth protecting. NO number 4. Rushing into a new relationship. The fourth and often most tempting NO is to say NO to rushing into a new relationship. Losing a spouse leaves an intense emotional void. The loneliness can be unbearable, and the desire for companionship may feel like the only solution. But the risk is high. Entering a new relationship before you have fully processed your grief often leads to more heartache and regret. The unfinished business rules seeking connection versus replacement. Say no to seeking replacement. When emotions are raw, people often look for a partner to fill the empty seat, not because they are truly ready for a new, stable connection. This can lead to unfair comparisons or feeling trapped later. Vulnerability protection. Say no to those who pressure you for quick commitment. You are emotionally vulnerable, and it is essential to trust your instincts. Take your time to understand your own identity now, outside of the partnership you lost. The healing foundation. The healthiest new relationships happen when the decision is made from a place of healing, not desperation. Take time to process your loss. Find peace in being alone, and ensure the decision is rooted in your strength, not your need. The journey of grief and healing is deeply personal. There is no rush, no deadline, and no rule book. The most important relationship right now is the one you have with yourself. NO number 5. Holding on to every possession. Our fifth and final no is to say no to holding on to every possession indefinitely. Every item holds memory, and the thought of letting go can feel like erasing the life you shared. But keeping an entire home untouched for years, leaving closets exactly as they were, can turn your house into a grieving shrine, a beautiful tribute, but one that prevents you from moving forward and finding comfort in the present. Escaping the grieving shrine trap. Intentional release. Say no to the fear that letting go means forgetting. It does not. Start small. Choose a few deeply meaningful keepsakes, a piece of jewelry, a letter, and create a special, sacred space for them. The power of repurposing. Find comfort in repurposing rather than just removing. Turn an old garment into a quilt. Pass down sentimental items to loved ones who will cherish them. This allows their presence to remain, but in a way that brings warmth instead of daily sorrow. Your timeline, not theirs. Say no to pressure from family or friends to clear things out before you're ready. This decision is entirely yours, but also be mindful that holding on to everything out of guilt or fear may be keeping you stuck in a place of sadness longer than necessary. Grief is about love, not objects. Letting go in small and thoughtful ways is an act of self-care. It allows you to honor their memory while making space for your own healing and next chapter. We have discussed the 5 decisions you must learn to say no to in early grief. Rushing finances, isolating yourself, neglecting health, rushing new relationships, and creating a grief shrine. Losing a spouse is a profound transition. Every decision you make during this time has the power to either help or hinder your healing. By deploying your Regret Firewall and saying no to these 5 common pitfalls, you navigate this chapter with far greater strength and clarity. Healing doesn't mean forgetting, and moving forward doesn't mean leaving your spouse behind. It means honoring their memory by protecting your own future and continuing to live with purpose, peace, and eventual joy. Which of the 5 decisions, rushing finances, isolation, health neglect, rushing relationships, or holding on to possessions, do you feel is the most important for someone to hear right now? Leave a comment below and share your most valuable insight. Your perspective brings strength to others. If this video brought you comfort and clarity, please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you strong and well in the next video.